11 Sports and For the Fans welcomes you to the following presentation of the Simulation Football League.
Welcome, everybody, to Fort Lauderdale, Florida, the home of the Florida Storm. We are live from the Eye as the Storm gets set to host the Louisiana Revolution. Good evening, everybody. I'm Mike Daggs, and alongside me in the booth is Matt Wilson. With us tonight on stats is Art Vandelay and Jacob Clear. You are watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fans. How you doing tonight, Matt?
Great, Mike. Hard to believe it's the last week of the regular season.
Indeed it is, and this is game one of two of a doubleheader tonight. Tonight's game features a couple of teams destined for the Season 15 playoffs already, but there's still a lot on the line for Florida, as a win tonight would secure them a home playoff game. A loss sends them on the road. For Louisiana, they locked up the number 2 seed and are skipping wild card weekend, but they want to finish strong, and they're not going to just hand a home playoff game to Florida. Louisiana features a fierce running game led by MVP candidate Reggie Streeter. What does Florida need to do to slow him down and come away with a win tonight?
Well, Mike, as you said, the good news is that both teams have locked off playoff berths. However, more is on the line for Florida tonight, as home field, even for one game, is a big advantage. Streeter is a hard one to game plan for. I think the Storm defense needs to take their chances and play up front closer to the line. Challenge Johnny Pickler to third and long and hope to force some turnovers. Ron Cochran also needs to play a clean game and avoid mistakes. Will Florida secure a home playoff game, or will Louisiana keep on rolling, Mike? There's only one way to find out, and that's on the field.
All right, Matt. Well, kickoff will be next after the coin toss. Louisiana won, and they will kick. We'll be back after a brief message. Stay with us. Welcome back. Louisiana won the toss. They have elected to defer. Matt Fennick on the field to kick off for the Revolution. Revolution currently sitting at 9-2, looking to end their season with 10 wins. Florida at 6-5. They want to get win number 7 and get that home playoff game. Kick return is brought all the way up to the 26-yard line by Optimus Klein. That is where the Florida Storm will start things off tonight on offense, led by quarterback Ron Cochran. Halfback is J.W. Doyle. Wide receivers Stephen Bush, Jeff Como, E.J. Minson. And you just saw Optimus Klein on that return. Tight end Veridin Sharkov. The center Deontay Stoneville, and a tackle Claude Ludge. First down and 10. Cochran back to throw, out route to the bottom of the screen. That one is hauled in by Doyle. Tackle on the play by Tank Bennett. This Louisiana Revolution defense, Matt, fierce defensive line, combining for 28 sacks between the four of them. Derek Jenko, Ross Napoli, Luther Gond, and Deontay Wilder. Linebackers are Chuck Diesel, Blake Craze. The corners, Eve Van Arthur and Rolleman Hood. The safeties, Jeff Melanishin and Tank Bennett. Ball is handed off. On second down, will be a gain of 4. Doyle taking the carry straight up the gut, 3rd down and 1.
Wonder if they're going to run Doyle a little bit more in this game. Try to throw Louisiana off, because Florida, it's a pretty pass-heavy team.
Doyle with 739 yards coming into tonight's game. He averages about 4 yards per carry. We'll see him get a handoff here, and he's not
Yeah.
going to go anywhere. Tackled for a 1-yard loss, in fact. And that'll be a quick 3 and out for Florida.
Well, not exactly how Florida wanted to start their first drive here. 3 and outs, tough sledding. But now let's see if their defense can step up against Streeter. Round 1.
Marcus Agrippa on to punt for the Storm. The punt is away. Taken all the way back at around the 20-yard line, and he will get up to the 22. Matt, this Louisiana offense, they rank second in points per game and first place in rushing yards a game, first in rushing touchdowns. Their passing game is down near the bottom. But it just goes to show that they rely heavily on Streeter. We're going to see quite a heavy dose of him in this ballgame.
This is where Alaska needs to step up and know this and play up on the line, which they're not doing at the moment.
Johnny Pickler back to pass. The out route will be complete. Hauled in up near the right sideline. It'll be a gain of 3. 2nd down and 7. This Louisiana offense is led by quarterback Johnny Pickler, the halfback Reggie Streeter, MVP candidate for sure. Wide receivers Saren Storm, Chase Earl, and Mike Twinscrew. The tight end is B. Robo. Guard Leonard Butler Sr. and the other guard Rudy Ray Dunn. 2nd down and 7. Pickler back to pass. Short drop. Fires into coverage. That one is batted down incomplete.
Well, here we go,
3rd
Mike.
down and 7.
I said 3rd and long. Streeter really hasn't been involved yet, but this is exactly where Florida wants it. Let's see if they can hold Louisiana to a 3 and out.
Third down and 7. 3 wide receivers on the field for the Revolution. Split backs in the backfield. Pickler, another short drop, fires over the middle, and that one is caught, but it will not be enough for a first down. Saren Storm tackled on the play up at the 28-yard line, and Matt, this Florida defense, they're 2nd in points allowed, 5th in passing yards allowed, 1st in passing touchdowns allowed, but 21st in rushing touchdowns. So they have the pass game pretty well figured out, it seems. They've struggled to stop the run this season, and they're going up against a run-heavy team. But I don't know about you. I was kind of surprised on this first series. We haven't seen Reggie Streeter, on either of those 3 offensive plays.
Yeah, I don't know. Round 1 goes to the Florida defense. We'll see if they can hold up. But they haven't seen Streeter yet, so I won't know until he gets a couple handoffs.
Klein up to the 41-yard line. And that is where Florida will get their 2nd offensive possession of the night. First down and 10. 4 wide receiver look for the Storm. Cochran hands the ball off to Doyle. Doyle met right at the line. They'll spot him a yard. It'll be a 2nd down and 9. Luther Gond on the stop.
Yeah, this front four isn't going to play around, but Florida's got to figure out some way to get Doyle involved, because if they're just going to throw, I don't think that's a good recipe for success against this defense.
And Matt, as I mentioned earlier, this defensive line, they're going to be after Cochran all night long. 28 sacks out of them so far this season. I would expect someone's going to get another one tonight. Swing route goes for a loss of 1, and just like that, we're back at 3rd down. It's the 3rd and long.
3rd longs for both teams now. Who's going to get the first down of the game?
Doyle has the first 5 touches for the Storm so far tonight. See if we can get the ball to somebody else, and we do. Pass over the middle is caught. Hauled in straight over the middle, and that will move the chains for our first down of the ball game.
Louisiana, press man, and, I think that was Bush that beat the press. Easy throw for Cochran there. It's a risk you take. Press man, sometimes you can knock the receiver to the ground and even deduce things maybe he doesn't want to steer him in a way he doesn't want to go. But if you get beat, they're wide open. There was receivers and tight ends.
Stephen Bush, number 3 in receiving yards on this Florida offense behind Optimus Klein. And Jeff Como out route to the top. That one is caught for a gain of 3. We'll bring up a 2nd down and 7. Optimus Klein with his first catch of the ball game.
Just don't say he's quiet, Mike. You wouldn't like him when he's angry.
No, absolutely not, Matt. What was that? A couple seasons ago, we called out Optimus Klein on the air for
not
being
me. I stayed on it.
largely absent in the first half, and then a monster second half was to ensue. Offset eye in the backfield. Cochran, deep drop, looking deep down the middle. That one's intercepted, picked off at the 21-yard line. Matt, Tank Bennett, he is first place in the league now with 11 interceptions on the season. You just can't throw it his way.
Last week, I think he had about 5 picks, and you can't throw that number of interceptions against this team and expect to win the ball game, especially if they get Streeter going, which we'll see if they decide to give him the ball.
This Louisiana defense, Matt, they're number 1 in takeaways in the league with 37, now 38 on the season. Turnover differential is number 1 as well at a plus 19. Pickler back to throw, pressure coming, down he goes. Alex Dominguez gets to him, Big Sexy with the sack.
He's been quiet this season, Mike, when we were going through the stats, but coming to play, and now is the best time, end of the season. And this play calling has got me scratching my head a little bit. If I could scratch my head, I'd be scratching my chin.
Second down and 16. Another pass play out of the Revolution. That one dumped down straight over the middle. That one is caught. Getting back the lost yards and a few more. Chase Earl with the reception up to the 26. Will bring up 3rd down and 6.
I mean, Louisiana must know how good this defense is against the pass. To me, that'd be what I would least want to do. Throw. Understand if you want to be more balanced, but we haven't seen a Streeter run yet.
3rd down and 6. We still won't see a Streeter run. Pressure coming. Down he goes once again. 2nd sack of the ball game on this drive alone for the Florida Storm. Tackled back at the 22-yard line, a 4th down and 9. And another quick 3-and-out for Louisiana.
Louisiana shown nothing on offense so far, which surprises the heck out of me. You got to get Streeter involved on the next series.
Low snap for Walter Melanishin, the punter. Punt taken up to the 46-yard line. No score in this one as of yet, just exchanging some punts and a pick. Will we see some points after the break? We'll find out after this. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fan. Welcome back to the I in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. 1st down and 10 for the Florida Storm. Cochran threw an interception on the last possession to move the ball this time around. J.W. Doyle carrying that one up the middle. 2nd down and 5. At the playoff scenario, if Florida wins, they will host the Lone Star Glory. If they lose, they will hit the road, and they could either be traveling to Lone Star or to Arizona, depending on the outcome of the game immediately following this one. Doyle with another handoff, and this time he trucks through the defender. Getting up to the 44-yard line, it'll bring up a third down and a manageable 1. Louisiana, Matt, they secured the number 2 seed. They will host a playoff game on Saturday, October 17th, or Sunday, October 18th, depending on how the wild card round shakes up this coming weekend.
It's going to be a wild one.
Indeed, it will, Matt. Third down and 1. Cochran to throw. Fires to an open target, and that one is
Wait, how is that
incomplete.
not a first down? Oh, it's incomplete.
Incomplete pass.
Wow.
Jeff Melanishin breaks up the pass, and that'll bring up a 4th down and 1. Matt, would you have run there, you think, with Doyle?
I don't know. Florida always has a really good short passing game, but that should have been a completion. It just didn't work out. So, well, we'll see. Maybe they'll run him here.
Offense still out on the field. They snap it. Doyle takes the handoff, and he gets the first down. A risky play, but it's early on in the ball game with no score, so why not go for it? And it pays off there. J.W. Doyle with the first down for the Storm.
When you're facing down a 9-2 team and you're in the playoffs no matter what, Mike, you want to get that home field advantage for that first game. Why not? Go for it. Try to pressure edge.
Ron Cochran under center. Back to throw, fires to the left.
Yeah.
That one will go for no gain. We'll give him a 1-yard spot on the play, 2nd down and 9. And Matt, as it stands right now, Louisiana came into the game with a plus 19 turnover differential, as we mentioned. Now they're at plus 20, which is a new record, but will they keep it? We'll have to find out as the game unfolds. That pass fired over the middle, and that one is hauled in by Sharkov, the tight end. Brings up a 1st down.
Wow. There's a lot of traffic on there, and Cochran luckily fit it in. Got to be careful, though. Got to be careful.
1st down and 10 from Louisiana, 27-yard line. Florida on the move, 6 plays, 27 yards so far on this current drive. Cochran's swing route to Doyle. Doyle is able to gain a few, brings up a 2nd down and 5.
So Florida controlling the clock on this drive, getting Doyle involved in a lot of different ways. And, if Streeter doesn't get on the field, he can't do anything. So, good drive here. We're almost at the end of the first quarter.
Ron Cochran, 6 of 8 for 33 yards and a pick so far tonight. Will pass once again, finds his open target. His tight end once again with the catch up to the 17-yard line. Will bring up a 3rd down and 1.
And there, Cochran was facing pressure in his face, but stepped up in the pocket, made a nice pass. That's what a veteran will do for you.
Last time on 3rd down and 1, Cochran threw and the pass was broken up. This time it is a handoff to Doyle, and he does indeed get the 1st down. Gains only a yard, but that's all they needed. Once again converting on 3rd down up to the 16-yard line.
Clock ticking away in the first. It's just amazing how fast this is going, and no score.
No score yet, but Florida knocking on the door inside the red zone. Cochran back to pass, looking towards the end zone, fires to the left, and that one's nearly taken away as well. Pass was batted down by Blake Craze, and Blake Craze, he has 3 interceptions on the season. That's tied for 1st amongst linebackers. He's got a pair of sacks as well, 13 tackles for a loss, 12 pass deflections. Blake Craze has been everywhere for this Revolution defense.
Yeah, those are passes Cochran has to avoid, because if it wasn't Craze, it was one of the corners or safeties that probably is a pick.
3 wide receivers bunched to the bottom, but Doyle's going to take a handoff on this 2nd down and long. He'll only gain 2. Will bring up a 3rd down and 8. We should see one more play here in the first quarter as the clock ticks down the final seconds away.
It's like death by 1,000 Doyles.
Doyle has been the featured running back in this game so far, Matt. 8 carries for J.W. Doyle. Grand total of 0 for Reggie Streeter. Crazy. Firing towards the 5-yard line. That one is caught. Would be a first down and goal. Hauled in by Stephen Bush, his second catch of the ball game. That will be it for quarter number 1. There is the whistle to mark the end of the first quarter. Louisiana 0, Florida 0. Florida knocking on the door. Can they get the first points of the ball game, or can Louisiana get another takeaway? We'll find out at the start of the second quarter on the other side of the break. Stay with us. And welcome back to the Eye here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, home of the Florida Storm. For the beginning of the second quarter, I'm Mike Daggs, joined in the booth by the Hall of Famer Matt Wilson. Art Vandelay and Jacob Clear with us tonight on Stats. First down and goal from the 5. Florida in possession of the ball. Doyle into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida. The first points of the ball game come on the first snap of quarter number 2.
Just great blocking by the Storm O-line and creating a huge hole there. Take a look here. I mean, yeah, Doyle bounced off his own lineman there and just found a huge hole, exploited it. And who would have thought Doyle is leading in rushing and touchdowns, and Streeter has 0 carries, 0 touchdowns, 0 yards.
0 anything. We have yet to even see a pass go Streeter's way. I'm imagining, Matt, we probably will here on the next offensive possession, but who knows? Louisiana's had it a couple of times now, and nothing has gone to Streeter, but the passes haven't worked. And, you know, as we mentioned, Matt, the Florida defense is strong against the pass, so I'm a little surprised to see Louisiana testing those waters. You know, Florida, number 2 in total points allowed, but it's because they're number 1 in passing touchdowns allowed. Rushing touchdowns, they're 21st in the league. So, maybe, I don't know, they're just trying to lull them into a false sense of security, and then they're going to go nuts.
I don't think it's a good idea in the entire first half to try to lull a team into thinking you're trying to do something different.
First down and 10 now from the 22-yard line. Evan Arthur brings it up on the return. Johnny Pickler leading the offense back out onto the field. Pickler 3 of 4 for 17 yards. That is the entire offensive production from Louisiana in 1 quarter of play. And we'll see a pass to start the second quarter as well. That one short pass over the middle. They'll add 3 on to the total. Chase Earl getting the catch.
I'm perplexed.
Yeah, I think everybody might be perplexed, Matt, but I'm telling you, it's Streeter Watch is going to come to an end very soon.
I don't know. This formation looks, well, we'll see.
We'll find out. Pickler under center. He'll pass once again. Pickler pump fakes, lofts it up. And that one is incomplete. We'll bring up a 3rd down and 7, which will give us an opportunity to introduce the Florida Storm defense. Somehow we haven't done that yet. Alex Dominguez, Big Sexy himself, the all-time leader in sacks, is joined by Alessandro Tomaello and Raymond Jones III on the defensive line. The linebackers, John Nevels and Eric Hammer. Corners, Ryan Davidson, Evan Carroll, and Adam Jones. The safeties, Ryan Tobin and Andrew Francis. Pickler to throw on 3rd down. Pressure coming. He gets the pass away. That one is caught, and they will move the chains. Saren Storm gets the completion and the 1st down.
Is this the Minneapolis Maulers?
all passing.
Is there a run play in the playbook? Hello.
Minneapolis Maulers from long, long ago, early on in the Simulation Football League's history. They were known for their pass-heavy attack. Was it pass-heavy or pass-exclusive?
Pass-only attack.
Yeah, who needs to be a running back when you're on the Minneapolis Maulers, I guess. Here we go. Can we see Streeter? There he is. First carry of the ball game, and he's able to bring that one forward for a gain of 3. 2nd down and 7 now that we see Reggie Streeter. Maddie had 341 carries coming into this game. That's most in the league. 2,100 yards, most in the league. 6.2 yards per carry is 3rd best. 22 touchdowns and 7.6 yards per reception are the most and 2nd most in the league. And he's the only running back this season to eclipse 2,000 yards. Short pass over the middle, and now the Revolution are on the move. 1st down and 10 from the 45-yard line after that catch.
Nice catch by Robo. He's just all slants and finds the open spot in the coverage and a nice 1st down. It's just going to be interesting to see if the Revolution keep up this pass-heavy scheme.
Robo now with just shy of 200 yards on the season. He's got 3 touchdowns as well. Streeter takes the handoff, bottled up at the line and brought down after a gain of only 1. 2nd down and 9.
Florida set the blitz, perfect against the run, stack in the box. So they seem to be well prepared. I'd like to see something off tackle with Streeter. If they're going to blitz like that, if you run away from the blitz, you're going to have a lot of open field.
Split backs in the backfield on 2nd down. Pickler hands the ball off to Streeter, breaks through a couple of tackles, powering forward up to the 45-yard line. 3rd down and 2.
See him turn those legs, Mike, at an extra yard or 2.
Yeah, he would not stop.
For any youngins out there playing football, playing running back, playing any receiver, even quarterback, if you're running, just keep those legs churning until the whistle blows.
Louisiana only 1 of 3 on 3rd downs so far in the ball game. Can they get their second? Looks like they will, as that one is caught. Hauled in once again by Robo, falling past the line to gain. 1st and 10 from the 42.
I'll zig. When the opponent thinks you're going to zag, I would have thought Streeter run, but nope. And it's working on this drive, so I can't complain too much. See if they can keep up this interesting strategy.
Four wide receiver look here on 1st down. Pickler to throw. Quick pass to the right. Hauled in by Robo once again. Gain of 3 up to the 39-yard line.
3 isn't bad at 1st down, but again, will they throw? I don't know. I'm just a little perplexed.
Johnny Pickler coming back to the line in the gun, empty backfield.
Looks like Alaska's got a nice defense for this. Playing at 3-2 here.
Ball is snap, pressure coming. Fired over the middle, and that one's caught by Robo. He'll get up to the 17-yard line inside the red zone for the first time this ball game. First down and 10.
Mike, they're doing your favorite thing. They're throwing it to the tight end.
That's the keys to victory, Matt.
Because
throw it to the tight end, you're guaranteed to win.
He had to throw it to the tight end because every other receiver press man got jammed at the line. Look, it's hard to jam the tight end, and he was open. So good choice by Pickler there. Now in the red zone for the first time, or the Revolution. Now maybe you go to your workhorse back, see if he can get you some yards, maybe a touchdown here.
4 catches, 43 yards for Robo, the leading receiver in tonight's ball game. Pressure coming, hit as he throws, and that one is incomplete. Dangerously fluttering away, but it falls down harmlessly to the turf. Second down.
And again, that's the risk. You got guys like Dominguez lurking about. If they bust through, your quarterback is done for. I know the feeling. I've been sacked by Dominguez one too many times in my career.
Indeed, you have.
Remember the convention? Oof. You did an ice bath for days.
Was that season 10 or 11?
I think it was 10. Oh.
Long
time ago in the
15
galaxy
times.
far, far away. There we go.
Off tackle to the left. Sidesteps the defender. Spins going towards the end zone and falling just short. First down and goal from the 1-yard line. That's what we've been waiting to see from Reggie Streeter.
That's what I came for with the popcorn for, Mike. See a little Streeter magic juke and the spin, and another spin, and I think his rear end touched before he got the ball over the line, but I would give it to him again here.
First down and goal from the 1. Streeter takes the handoff, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown number 23 on the season for Reggie Streeter.
Reggie, you're not tired. Get up, man.
He's barely been used.
Is he mocking his own team? I have no idea. It's like, finally, guys, he gave me the ball. Look at this. Little he hurdled over a guy and then just, easy as that.
23 touchdowns on the season now for Reggie Streeter. Putting the first points on the board for the Louisiana Revolution with 6:28 to go here in the first half. Matt Fennick on for the extra point try. Whiska Lafouche on for the hold. Extra point is up, and it is good. Louisiana knots things up here, 7 apiece. Florida will get the ball back on the other side of this break. You are watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fan.
Mike, Louisiana was trailing at the half against Portland, and Reggie Streeter stepped up for showing the vision and the burst. And look at that touchdown, dragging the guy in.
Nice.
Yeah, and then check this out. Look at the speed to the outside, the blocking in front. Looks like he's going to score. Doesn't quite get there, but he does on the very next play. Another touchdown for Streeter. All right, look at this juke, Mike. Right out of his boots. Look at this. Whoop! Whoop!
Oh.
Into the end zone. Touchdown. What a play by Streeter. And he should be featured heavily tonight. They just started using him on that third drive, and we saw what happened, Mike. Touchdown.
5 carries, 27 yards from Reggie Streeter on that drive alone, and they did indeed score a 13-play, 80-yard scoring drive, matching Florida's 13-play, 55-yard scoring drive. And watch it out. There goes Optimus Klein, scampering his way up to the 31-yard line, and that is where Ron Cochran and company will take back over on offense. A quiet first quarter, Matt, but the second quarter, a little bit of a different story. Both offenses coming to life and punching it in the end zone.
Sometimes they're quiet storms, Mike, and then they get loud. Or maybe we were in the eye of the storm.
That could be. Now we're coming through the other side. Louisiana showing pressure, but they drop out route wide open to the right, and getting the first down up to the 43-yard line. J.W. Doyle with the catch.
Doyle, hasn't been spectacular, Mike, but he's been consistent, and it's a good that's the Florida offense I kind of know from previous years. A lot of short dump down passes, and well, they said forget about that.
Doyle got tired after that one catch and run. On to the pine he goes. Cochran will throw, fires over the middle, and that one is caught. Hauled in up to the Louisiana 41, crossing midfield. Veridin Sharkoff once again with the catch.
The shark off. I mean, just too much time for Cochran, the wily old vet. You give him like 5 seconds in the pocket. I don't care what defense you have. He's going to find the open man. The key is getting pressure. This front four has to do a better job of that.
Tight ends leading in receiving yards for both of these squads so far. Cochran firing over the middle, and that one is incomplete.
Now, Mike, we've seen that trip stop to the twice before, and Louisiana was in press man. That time they played zone, and it worked out much better for them. So I think that's what they should be going for, looking at going forward, more of that zone, less press.
Second down and 10. Two wide receivers out to the right. Louisiana showing pressure again. This time they stay up, and Doyle pays the price. Gains 4, but it'll bring up a 3rd down and 6. Doyle now with 32 yards on 10 carries.
Like I say, Doyle being consistent, and that gets Florida in a closer 3rd and medium. So they'll probably throw, but let's see if Cochran maybe can hit a quick out or a quick slant. Don't take a huge risk.
Cochran does indeed throw a quick out, and it is good for a 1st down and more up to the 34-yard line. That'll move the chains and stop the clock with 4 minutes, 50 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Jeff Como with the reception.
The old Coach Wilson remains undefeated in play calls, Mike. Did you know that? At least for tonight.
At least for this drive.
Yeah, at least for that play. Yeah, Como, nice out route. Just safe. Don't put your team at risk. It's a 0-0 ball game, and pretty much, and you're driving, so getting any points is valuable here.
Slow and steady wins the race seems to be the theme for these last few drives. Not seeing any massive plays, just a lot of small ones. But look at this. J.W. Doyle says, I'll show you a play. Trucks through the defender and gets up to the 14-yard line. Looking a little tired after that one. Getting another 1st down. J.W. Doyle powering through.
Great blocking by the
man.
The O-line, and then he just lowers the boom and explodes, and that guy just got looked like a movie stunt double there. Ouch.
Poor Evan Arthur just got the cold shoulder from J.W. Doyle.
He got denied
down into the turf. He got denied. Yeah. King Arthur Doyle to the outside, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown number 2 for Doyle on the night.
Doyle 2, Streeter 1, Mike. Who would have thought it'd be a battle of the running backs?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we thought for sure we were going to see a lot of Streeter, but look at this.
Yeah, great blocking. Doyle he's not the speediest of guys, but he took the correct angle to the outside. Just had enough room, gets the touchdown, and just smart running by Doyle there.
Another touchdown on the board. 7-play, 67-yard touchdown drive. Ethan Sneed on for the extra point try. Good hold. Kick is up, and it is through. Florida reclaims the lead, now ahead 14-7 over the Louisiana Revolution.
Doyle's kind of been the story so far of the game. Cochran threw the one pick, which wasn't great, but since then he's been pretty steady, which more of his MO. Steady, short, passing game. And now if they can get their running game involved, if Doyle is, maybe lifted a few extra pounds this week, it's going to be good for the Storm.
Snead kicks this one away. Arthur takes it out 1 yard deep in his own end zone, running straight up the gut. Gets up to the 25, and that is where Pickler and friends will go back out onto the field. Yeah, we've only seen Reggie Streeter for a handful of carries, 5 carries for 27 yards. One of them did get into the end zone for a touchdown. Over 2,100 yards on the season so far. Since season 10, Matt, only 3 rushers have hit 2,000 yards, and one of those rushers was Reggie Streeter. Nobody hit it last season, and the next closest rusher here in season 15 is 400 yards behind him, Warren Murray. And so far, having a quiet night, just lost a yard.
Almost had it, though. He ran off tackle, blitz came again, and all you needed to do was spin, and then he would have been gone. When you play defense close to the line like that, you have to have sound tackling, and Florida definitely had it there.
Streeter's going to need some key blocks from his offensive linemen, Leonard Butler Sr. and Rudy Ray Dunn. Talked to Butler Sr. before the game. He said he wanted to get a blueberry pancake against one of these Florida defenders. He's getting a little specific on the type of pancake block he wants to get. Well, Chase Earl with that catch, 3rd and 7.
They're wearing the correct jerseys for a blueberry pancake. They were wearing like all whites or all reds or some weird combination, then maybe not, but they're wearing the traditional Storm uniforms.
3rd down and 7. Crowd here at the eye on their feet. Pickler in the gun. Pickler fires short of the line to gain. It is caught, but tackle made. We'll bring up a 4th down and 1. Mike Twinscrew getting involved with his first catch of the ball game.
Yeah, Mike, that used to drive your friend and mine, John Madden, crazy when you throw a ball run a route short of the sticks, especially with that close coverage. Just you got to know where your first down marker is and just run that route a little bit deeper.
Yeah, situational awareness. Just take one more step, and he should have got there. But you can always throw it short of the sticks if you have some room to run. But that one was well covered by the Storm defense, and that kick return well covered by the Revolution special teams unit. On the SFL calendar, Arizona at Baltimore. They play next immediately following this game, Matt. The wild card triple header is this coming weekend, starts at 2:30 p.m. Eastern time. The playoffs will continue into the quarterfinals on October 17th, followed by the semifinals the weekend after that. Cochran hands the ball off to Doyle. Doyle picking right back up where he left off, rumbling forward for a gain of 6. Matt, he's averaging about 5 yards per carry so far tonight, which is better than his season average of 4 yards per carry.
Yeah, Mike, we all know what 5 times 2 is.
Well, you're going to have to give me some time to think about that one, Matt. So let's take a quick break so I can mull over the math. 2-minute warning here in the first half of action. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fans. And welcome back. Ron Cochran heading back to the line on this 2nd down and 4. Offset I formation in the backfield. 2 receivers split out wide to his left. He'll hand the ball off to Doyle. Doyle trucking through yet another defender. Look at those stats, Matt. 63 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns in the first half alone. Stats that we thought we'd see on the other side of the field.
Yeah, Alaska's done a good job neutralizing Streeter, and maybe Louisiana wasn't ready for the Doyle assault.
Chuck Diesel with the tackle on that one. 3rd down and 2. Cochran will throw, fires into coverage, but the defender misses the pass deflection. Optimus Klein with the catch. 1st down and 10 from the 47-yard line, crossing past midfield.
There's the old riverboat Ron I know and love, throwing off his back foot in the middle of the field to hopefully Optimus Klein.
3 receivers down to the bottom. Cochran, swing route out to Doyle. Doyle with a blocker out in front of him. And a nice gain on that reception. 2nd down and 1. They'll go into the hurry up as the clock ticks under 1 minute to go. Cochran over the middle. That one is caught, moving the chains. And they'll hurry back to the line.
Need to hurry it up a little bit deeper passes if they want to go for 6.
Cochran swings it back out to Doyle again. Once again has a nice block thrown by Sharkov. And Florida will burn their first timeout of the ball game.
Probably would have burned that timeout a play earlier, but Florida's got 31 seconds. Maybe you throw a play, try to get 10, call another timeout, and then Chuck went into the end zone, and then you have to bring out the field goal kicker.
Speaking of Chuck, inside linebacker Chuck Diesel just on the screen. Cochran to throw, firing over the middle, and that one is hauled in by Optimus Klein. He'll get all the way down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a 1st down and goal for the Florida Storm.
Well, I said 10, Mike, but I think they were a little bit better than that. Klein just the post route wide open and almost scored. So it'll be an interesting play call here from the 2. I don't imagine they're going to run the ball. So Florida's got to be careful and not, throw a pick. Because, again, the field is very compressed.
Cochran under center. 5 on the line for the Revolution. Cochran to throw, pressure coming, down he goes. Sacked back at the 6-yard line. No time for dancing. He's got to get back on the other side. Wilder with the sack. Swing route to Doyle. Can they get to him? They do. Brought down on the play at the 3, and Florida will burn their final timeout of the first half with 11 seconds to go. And, Matt, I think we're going to see the field goal unit come out onto the field.
Sharkov. If he made that block, Doyle was going to score. He just missed. So Louisiana skaves by with only 3, which is good news for them. Florida, though, playing a heck of a game, being up 17-7 and really controlling the ball for most of the game. Having possession has to be really lopsided. Interesting to see at the half.
20-yard chip shot for Ethan Sneed. He's only missed 1 on the season, 21 of 22. Kick is on its way, and it is good from 20, and Florida does indeed extend the lead 17-7 over Louisiana Revolution here at home with 8 seconds to go in the first half. Matt, the playoff implications are on the line here tonight. We've already mentioned that both of these teams are indeed in the playoffs, as you see the standings there, 1 through 13. The top 11 make it into the playoffs. If Florida wins, then they will host a playoff game here at the I in Wild Card Weekend. If they lose, they will still be in the playoffs, but they're going to hit the road. So with a win, they will play host to the Lone Star Glory. If they lose, then they will hit the road to either Vancouver or Lone Star. Depends on the outcome of the Baltimore-Arizona game coming up next.
Well, looking at Vancouver's last game, I don't think I'd want to play him.
No, definitely not. Andy Hamilton, the owner of the Vancouver Legion, always does a good game plan for any opponent, especially I would imagine in the playoffs. Look at Reggie Streeter breaking through.
Oh, no.
He says 8 seconds to go. I don't care. I'm going to get a touchdown. He goes all the way to the house. Touchdown, Louisiana, as the clock expires on the first half.
All about that, Florida controlling the game and That's the big playability. Streeter spins and then uses his blockers beautifully, breaks a tackle, and then that linebacker has no chance. Bye-bye. Looks like he's walking out for a nice little stroll. So that's a big-time momentum shift for Louisiana. They held Florida to a field goal, and now they get 7 back. So 1 touchdown ball game for the lead.
As time expires on the first half, they take all the way down to the house, get it into the end zone. Extra point is up and good. Now 17-14 here in Florida. And Louisiana will get the ball back to start the second half. So that's really the best way to end the first half, Matt, is if you can score and then instead of kicking off to the opponent, you'll go ahead and just get that ball back. See if you can score again and claim the first lead of the ball game. They've had it tied, but they have not yet had a lead. And Matt, you mentioned time of possession. There you go.
That Streeter run didn't do much to add. About 6 seconds to that.
That's true. 13 minutes, 14 seconds to Louisiana's 8 minutes, 46 seconds as we roll through the first half stats and highlights. Matt, it was a quiet first quarter. Florida had a 3-and-out on their first possession. Louisiana also had a 3-and-out on their first possession. Florida then had a 5-play, 16-yard drive that ended in the interception that you saw moments ago. Louisiana would punt after a 3-and-out. Finally, getting some points on the board, Florida would pound it through with a 5-yard touchdown rush after a 13-play, 55-yard drive. Louisiana would get it back and go 80 yards to the house with that 1-yard touchdown rush after a 13-play drive of their own. J.W. Doyle looking to not be outdone by Reggie Streeter, though, Matt. 7 plays, 67 yards. That 14-yard touchdown rush would be his next points. Ron Cochran would lead his offense back down the field. Optimus Klein getting close to the end zone on that one. He'd be tackled all the way at the 2-yard line. It would result in a field goal. And look at this to end the first half. A 74-yard touchdown run from MVP candidate Reggie Streeter. Matt, I mentioned with a Florida win, they will host a playoff game. They will be hosting the Lone Star Glory if they can hold on to this lead and win. Slightly misspoke. If they lose, then they will definitely be on the road. Their opponent to be determined. I'm Mike Daggs, joined in the booth by Matt Wilson. With us tonight on stats, Art Vandelay and Jacob Clear. Welcome back to the Eye for the start of the third quarter of play. Return taken all the way out to the 24-yard line. That's where Reggie Streeter will come back out onto the field on offense. 10 of 13, 76 yards in the first half. Leading receiver, B. Robo. 4 receptions for 43 yards. Reggie Streeter now with triple-digit yardage, Matt. 7 rushing attempts for 100 yards. Aided in a big part by that 74-yard rushing touchdown on his last carry. Pickler to throw to get the second half started. Look at that catch and run. What a nice move. I believe that's B. Robo on that catch, and it is. A little spin move and then off to the races for the tight end.
I believe Florida blitzed again, and this time that's how you find the quick dump off, man. Look at zone, misses the pick, and then look, runs right around that linebacker. And Robo looking pretty fast. Interesting, this Florida Storm team only has 2 highly paid linebackers, not 3. That might have made a difference right there. Why Robo's open so much.
Florida in a press look. Pickler has time going deep into quadruple coverage. And that one's batted away and incomplete. A dangerous throw from Johnny Pickler.
Yeah, there was just a mass of everything in there. I couldn't tell who was who. Kind of starting off this drive like they did the first drive. No straighter yet.
Two backs in the backfield. Pickler under center. Streeter takes a handoff, hit behind the line, and somehow he's able to power his way forward. Gain of 6 will bring him up to 106. 3rd down and 4.
Luckily, the hammer was able to tackle him. Otherwise, he would have slid away and been gone for another 70 yards. That's the danger. If you don't tackle against Streeter, he's going to run you over or run through you or run around you.
Pickler under center. Streeter taking a break. Deep pass, overthrowing his target. That'll bring up a 4th down and 4 from the 34-yard line. Are they in field goal range for their kicker?
If they're not, I'd go for it.
Matt Fennick, 12 of 12, as long as only 49 yards, Matt. Most SFL kickers have one over 50. And they will not attempt it, and they will not go for it either.
Well, if this goes into the end zone, it's only a 14. Oh, almost dropped the punter.
It's going to drop down at the 10, and Klein fields it. He'll bring it up to the 13-yard line. So a 5-play drive ends in a punt for the Revolution to get their second half started. 1st down and 10 for the Florida Storm as Ron Cochran comes back out onto the field. 18 of 22 for 142 yards and a pick in the first half for Cochran. Optimus Klein on your screen, 3 receptions, 28 yards. 3 wide on the field for the Storm. Pickler in the gun. Cochran in the gun. Cochran fires over the, over the middle. That one's caught. Looked like a painful hit. Hauled in by Jeff Como.
It doesn't matter how painful the hit is, Mike. It's a 1st down for Como. And Florida, good opportunity. They stopped Louisiana their first drive. Now if they can tack on 7 points here, going to put a lot of pressure on the Revolution.
Doyle with the handoff. He'll run forward. Only a gain of 3. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 7 on the play. J.W. Doyle now with 15 rushing attempts for 67 yards.
Yeah, not bad for Doyle. He hasn't done anything. Wow, look at that community poll, Mike.
Darn near even. I think that's just like the one we had last week, Matt. Everybody was pretty uncertain. I believe he called it a pick-em game. So got another one here as that is converted. 2nd down and 7 converted into a 1st down after another catch by Veridin Sharkov.
Tight ends all over the place, Mike. You must be having a field day with this one.
I love it. I love to see it. Tight ends are the leading receivers on both of these squads. B. Robo with 76 yards for the Revolution and 51 yards now for Sharkov of the Florida Storm. Cochran will fire it over the middle again. Guess who? Another catch. It's a shark attack in the middle of the storm, Matt.
Yeah, I know. It's rough going if you're on a boat.
Shark with a Z.
Z-Shark.
2nd down and inches now. Ball is handed off. Doyle bursting through the line and continuing to churn those legs, averaging 4.7 yards per carry up to the 47-yard line.
Yeah, Doyle showed the truck right here, boom, and then the stiff arm right there, bam. Luckily, he got hard hit at the end. Otherwise, he still could be running. Doyle's been consistent, and that's good enough for the Florida offenses. They just got to want to move the ball down the field slowly, surely, and those points to let Louisiana back on the field.
Cochran swing routes it out to J.W. Doyle, but that is well defended. Tank Bennett has got a pick earlier in the ball game. He was closing fast and gets the tackle for a loss on that one.
That was a dangerous-looking tackle. Luckily, Doyle's okay. It looked like he was kind of awkward on those feet. You don't want to twisted ankle or something like that.
4 tackles for a loss on the season for Tank Bennett. 2nd down and 11 now for the Storm. Cochran takes the snap and the gun, and that one's tipped and nearly picked off. Oh, if he had taken that one away, he could have taken it all the way to the house. Even Arthur with the pass deflection, number 12 on the season for him.
Trying to be reunited there. He had that pick six. He might be the king.
Well,
the Britons.
he's got 8 interceptions on the season. That's tied for 6th in the league. He's also got 2 pick sixes. There's only 7 players this season in the league, Matt, that have 2 pick sixes, and 2 of them are on this team. One's even Arthur. The other one is Rolleman Hood, who has 6 interceptions and 2 that were taken to the house. A very fierce secondary here for the Louisiana Revolution. Cochran, deep drop, deep pass, and that one is caught, but then bops right out of his hands. Jeff Como had it for a second. Pass is broken up. Tank Bennett in on the play again. Yeah, he's everywhere. He's quite the defender. This secondary is absolutely stacked with talent. 4th down and 11 from about midfield, and Florida will have to punt.
Yeah, we haven't really brought him up, Mike, but Florida's paid a lot of money for Marcus Agrippa. See how he punts this one. Normally, this would probably go to the 20-yard line on the other side of the field, but how far will this ball go?
The 3rd punt of the night for Agrippa.
Oh, my Lord.
This one's going to bounce down at the 5, and then special team. He needs a stern talking to Matt. He carries it into the end zone. Adam Jones, you need to stop at the 1, son. That'll bring us to a short break. We'll be back on the other side. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fans. And welcome back to the Eye in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Florida Storm in the lead, 6:19 to go in the 3rd quarter. Reggie Streeter trying to have something to say about that as he carries that one for a gain of 5. Deontay White with the tackle.
Good run. That's what they should be using Streeter for. Get that positive 5 yards. And then now you can go to your pass offense if you want. But you don't want to take a sack on 1st down and you can't run at all.
Pickler under center on 2nd down. He will pass. Floats this one over the middle, and that one is incomplete. Pass was well covered by Ryan Tobin. Bring up a 3rd down and 5. And Matt, the second half is starting very much like the first half started. Louisiana and Florida just exchanging punts for the first few series. And a 3rd down and 5 here.
And Florida's playing way off. Try to hit someone. Again, little slant might work here.
Pickler back to throw, and that one is an out route, which is batted down. Adam Jones trying to make up for his special teams snafu and swats that one down, puts an end to Louisiana's drive, and his Florida Storm will get the ball back. Walter Melanishin on to punt for the Revolution.
And the mystery of not using Streeter as they have all year. Louisiana has nothing to lose. Maybe they're trying some new things in their playbook. I don't know, but When they've run Streeter, for the most part, they've been successful on those drives. When they haven't, they've usually ended badly.
Optimus Klein on a powerful return for the Storm, getting up to the 47-yard line.
It's strange seeing Klein back there returning kicks, Mike. Actually, Klein originally was a tight end. This isn't that crazy. I want to see you return some punts. That'd be fun.
Hey, listen, man, I'm not returning punts. You're lucky I go out there for every offensive snap. I'm getting old and tired. I'm definitely not running full speed into a special teams unit. No thanks. Ball's handed off to Doyle on first down. The likelihood of me returning kicks is the likelihood of you becoming a running back. Throwing that out there.
Mean. It's mean.
Well, I just mean you never seem to want to run.
There's better things for me to do.
Cochran in the gun. 3 wide receiver look for the Storm on second down. Cochran short pass over the middle. That one's good for a gain of 8. We'll bring up a 3rd down and 2. Optimus Klein with another catch. Slowly adding on to his yardage total for the night.
Now, if I'm reading the Florida offense correctly, it should be Doyle time. Let's see if the Revs can, hold him to 1.
Third down and 2. Doyle takes the swing route, and he will get past the first down marker up to the Louisiana 42-yard line. Florida continuing to move those chains.
Good play call by the Storm. Come out in a running-looking formation, and then Doyle flares out. There's no one there to at least catch him immediately, and he gets those 2 yards.
Cochran under center on this first down and 10. Hands the ball off to Doyle. I think the Louisiana defense has seen quite enough of that one as Chuck Diesel hops on his back, tackles him for a 1-yard gain.
Time's flying, Mike. We're almost into the 4th quarter.
Time is flying indeed, Matt. Clock continues to roll here on second down. Cochran swings it out to Doyle again. Doyle able to break through a tackler, but steps out of bounds. We see a quarterback comparison. No passing touchdowns for either of the quarterbacks, and not a lot of mistakes. Cochran did have that early interception, but they've rebounded and they've held the lead the entire game except for the brief moment they were tied at 7-7.
I'm going to see if Cochran, here we go. Press man for the Revolution. Let's see if it pays off for him this time.
Cochran back to pass. Ooh, look at that. Oh, it's incomplete. Oh, trying to hit Jeff Como as a deep out. He had first down yardage, but drops the ball.
I don't know if he dropped it or if it was out of his reach. It was hard to tell from that angle, but either way, that's big. I think Florida's going to have to punt the ball. I don't think they can kick a field goal from the 37.
Ethan Sneed has made one from 51, but from the 37, that would be about a 54-yarder. That'd be difficult. Agrippa is looking to pin them deep. And that one will go out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Didn't want to see that one bounce, so angled it a little bit more towards the sideline. We'll be back after a short break. Stay with us. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fan. And welcome back. 3 minutes, 4 seconds left to go in quarter number 3. Florida nursing a small lead, but Louisiana back in possession of the ball. Streeter takes a handoff, runs straight into the defensive line, and only gains 2. Matt, the playoff implications of this game extend outside of just Florida. If Florida wins, then Atlanta will clinch a playoff spot. And if Louisiana wins, then Houston clinches a playoff spot. Neither team is eliminated either way. They just have a chance to clinch right here and now. That pass over the middle is batted away and incomplete. 3rd down and 8. So you see the playoff scenarios for Louisiana. They are going to host a playoff game, but not this coming weekend. They get to skip the wild card after securing the number 2 seed in the playoffs.
Nice to get a bye in home field for most of the playoffs.
3rd down and 8. Pickler alone in the backfield in the gun. Fires an out route to the top, and that one is swatted away and incomplete. Matt, on their 2 touchdown drives, Streeter had 6 carries and went for the 2 touchdowns. On the other drives so far tonight, Streeter has 4 carries, and they've all resulted in punts. So, got to get Streeter a little bit more involved. Pickler, as far as quarterbacks that have started all 12 games, is down near the bottom in passing attempts and yards, and it's not a shot at Pickler. It's just because Reggie Streeter is the number 1 running back in carries by a lot. This is a run-heavy team, changing things up a little bit in week 12.
And you showed the graphic. It's not like, well, they run him a lot, but he's not doing a lot. No, he's doing a lot. You give him the carries, he produces. If you're not going to give him the carries, you're limiting your best weapon.
1st down and 10 from midfield. Good starting field position for the Storm after getting a quick 3 and out on that last Louisiana drive. Ball is handed off to Doyle. Doyle's only going to gain 1. 78 yards on the ground now for J.W. Doyle.
Yes, the defensive battle continues in the second half.
Chuck Diesel staring down Ron Cochran there. Offset I formation in the backfield. Doyle takes a handoff. Not able to get a lot there either, Matt. They'll actually spot him with only a 1-yard gain. I thought he might have grabbed a couple. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 8.
Still waiting for this Revolution D-line to get some pressure on Cochran. He really hasn't faced too much adversity yet. Here we go with press again. Watch for the tight end.
4 wide on the field. And there he is, right over the middle. And that's actually E.J. Minson, not the tight end, but first catch out of the ball game for E.J. Minson.
I thought he was down in the down position like a tight end, but I could have been wrong.
He's trying to hide from you, Matt.
He's wearing a good number.
Trying to keep you on your toes. 1st down and 10 for the Storm from the Louisiana 37. Doyle takes the handoff. He's running downfield. He's only got 2 people to beat, and he can't get all the way, but he's all the way down at the 6-yard line. 1st down and goal for the Storm.
Man, Doyle they're again dialing up the right place for him. He hasn't, on that play, he just ran the open field again, running smartly, trying to get as many yards as he can, and now on the 6-yard line. How much gas does he have left in the tank?
This is already the 3rd best game rushing of the season for J.W. Doyle here in week 12. He's only at 2 games over 100 yards, and he's quickly approaching that number tonight. Cochran fires towards the end zone.
Oh!
That one is caught, somehow hauled in. Touchdown, Stephen Bush. Florida adds more points onto the board.
Didn't even see that. It looked like, let's see, Bush post. Whoa. 54. Wow. Totally blew that assignment there, unfortunately for him. All he had to do was stick his paw out, knock the ball down. But, Cochran saw something, he went with it, and he gambled again, riverboat Ron, and it paid off.
Vincent Powers, the linebacker, I think he just didn't see the ball coming or something. He didn't even react, like you said. Just letting that one float right past him into the end zone for a touchdown. Extra point is up, and it is good. 24-14, Florida now with the 10-point lead. Stephen Bush adding his 5th receiving touchdown on the season. Louisiana will get the ball back. Matt, they've had the ball 3 times so far here in the second half, and they have 1 first down out of all 3 of those drives, all of which have ended in punts. They need to get something going here as now they're down by 2 scores.
Yeah, I was waiting on that return just in case. You never know. I mean, it's still not too late to get Streeter involved, as we saw at the end of the half. 1 carry is all it takes. To me, you're playing into this Florida defense by passing like this.
Yeah, Pickler alone in the backfield once again, 4 wide and a tight end on the field for the Revolution. Pickler to throw, lobs that one over the middle, tipped and incomplete. Pass is batted down once again. It'll be a 2nd down and 10. Reggie Streeter, 10 carries. He does have 113 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns, Matt, but only 10 carries. It's funny because you say that your running back had 113 yards and 2 touchdowns, averaged 11 yards per carry, and normally you'd think, that's a phenomenal day, but for Reggie Streeter, everybody's been used to even bigger numbers. Pickler to throw, and he overthrows his target, trying to hit Saren Storm. Man, look at that. 6 attempts have gone his way. He's only been able to haul in 2 of them. Did have 1 drop as well. 2 receptions for 11 yards from Saren Storm.
The Revolution passing game looks all out of sorts in this half. I'm like, just can't get anything going, and without the running game, it's again, here we go again.
50% completion percentage for Johnny Pickler so far on the night. Pickler will throw this one, and that is also, it's somehow caught. Tipped, and it was heading down towards the turf, but Mike Twinscrew able to scoop it up before it lands in the grass. First down, Louisiana.
Yeah, I don't know how Twinscrew got a hold of that. Boing, boing, boing. Reached way down to grab that one, and that's a big get for the Revolution. Now they can maybe think about running a more normal offense. Maybe. We'll see.
Mike Twinscrew, the first pick in the 2nd round of the past off-season's draft. He's not a rookie anymore, making catches like that. 4th quarter will be on the other side of this break. Storm in the lead, 24-14. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fan. Reggie Streeter, 10 carries, 113 yards. Will he get much more than that on the night? We'll have to find out. I'm Mike Daggs, joined in the booth by Matt Wilson, Art Vandelay, and Jacob Clear with us on stats. There's Reggie Streeter on this first down carry. He'll be tackled after a short gain of 3. We'll bring up a 2nd down and 7. Matt, we've mentioned it a couple of times, but Florida with the win, currently in the lead by 10. They will host a playoff game will be playing host to the Lone Star Glory, who are currently sitting at number 9. If they lose, then it depends on what happens in the game immediately following after this one. Streeter breaking through tackles and moving the chains. Finally, Louisiana's offense able to get some things going here on this drive.
Oh, they gave Streeter 2 carries in a row, Mike. When's the last time they did that? Right?
Last week, I think.
Because he gets 3 yards and they go pass, and punt. You got to give a guy like Streeter another shot at the carry. Then if it's 3rd and 5, that's okay.
First down and 10 minutes to go here in the ball game from midfield. Streeter, his 3rd carry in a row, and this time the Florida defense is ready for him. A tackle for a 1-yard loss. 2nd down and 11. So if things don't go the way for the Revolution, if they do indeed lose, as we mentioned, Florida will get that home playoff game. If Louisiana is able to come back and win, Florida will have to hit the road. Talk about that after this. Pickler out route to the top. That one is tipped, almost intercepted on the bounce.
Oof.
Bouncing harmlessly down into the turf. So if Louisiana is able to come back and win this one, and then Arizona wins the game immediately following this one, then Florida will head to number 7 Vancouver Legion. And if Baltimore is the winner of the next game, then they will head to the Lone Star Glory. So Lone Star got a lot on the line too. Will they be on the road or will they be at home? Find out after the completion of tonight's Week 12 ball games. Pickler in trouble, and down he goes. Brought down on the play by Raymond Jones III. 3 tackles on the night. They say 0 sacks, but he just got one there. 4th down and 20 back at the Louisiana 40-yard line, and that's going to put an end to this drive that was looking promising.
Yeah, this looks like the storm from seasons past, which is very scary for any opponent going into the playoffs.
Yeah, we talked about this fierce defensive line for the Revolution. They've totaled up 1 sack so far tonight. For Florida, they've got 3, so averaging 1 per quarter. See if they can get another one here in quarter number 4. Arizona at Baltimore coming up next at 9 p.m. Eastern time, less than an hour from now. The wild card triple header on 11 Sports and For the Fans starts October 11th at 2:30 p.m. Eastern time. The quarterfinals is the weekend after, around both Saturday and Sunday, and then the semifinal playoff game to decide who goes to the championship on Sunday, October 25th. Cochran hands the ball off to Doyle. Doyle trucking through 2 defenders, can't make it past defender number 3. Jeff Melanishin with the tackle after a gain of 9.
That almost doesn't matter. Now you got 2 other chances for Doyle to punch it in. Florida's been a lot more ground-based in this game, and it's paid off for them. They've been able to control time of possession, and along with, again, I keep beating it, but the lack of Streeter production or lack of Streeter use is just giving Florida just too big of an advantage.
There's carry number 22 on the night for Doyle. That one will go for no gain. We'll bring up a 3rd down and 1, but with Doyle averaging about 4 yards per carry, which is what he's done so far this season as well. I mean, when you have a 3rd down and 1, why not? He's averaging 4 yards. See if he can punch it through for the 1st down.
I'm crowd that line a little more if I'm Louisiana, or at least send the linebackers.
Doyle does indeed get the handoff, and Louisiana gets the stop. A huge, huge stop for the Louisiana defense. They're able to get the tackle and force a 4th down. Chuck Diesel with the stop.
Yeah, nice job, Diesel, just playing contain. The D-line collapsed the O-line, and then Diesel just made a nice tackle on Doyle. Didn't let him break it. Now Louisiana has a new life. But watch the punt.
Still over 7 minutes to go here. Yeah, that one went forever. 4.5 second hang time as Evan Arthur takes it up to the 21-yard line. Still plenty of time to go in this ball game, Matt, but that 3rd down stop cannot be overstated in its importance. It's a 2-score ball game. So, and the way that these teams have been playing, especially Florida, there's been, we saw it, at the end of the first half with the time of possession, they've been controlling the clock. And, that's been the difference in this one so far. Even if Louisiana is able to score, their defense has to get another quick stop. It starts here with Streeter running off, tackle to the right.
Oh,
Those are some of the big runs that we haven't seen out of Streeter yet, except for the one that he had for a touchdown. That one's helpful for them there. Gain of 19 on first down up to the 40-yard line.
that could have been even more dangerous. No traffic. If this tackle was broken, Mike, it could have gotten very interesting. But again, plenty of time for Louisiana to keep running. As every time they go into this formation, look at this press man cover. It's messed up the passing game. The receivers can't get open.
Pickler hands the ball off to Streeter again. Streeter gets leveled over at the 45-yard line. He's averaging 9.7 yards per carry. It's a little misleading, a 74-yard run coupled in with his other 14 rushing attempts. Kind of skews the average a little bit. Eric Hammer with the stop. Hammer for this Florida defense, Matt. He's another linebacker that's been all over the place. 2.5 sacks, 10 tackles for a loss, 4 pass deflections for Hammer. Pickler firing to the bottom of the screen. That one is incomplete. Trying to hit Optimus Klein. B. Robo. 3rd down and 5.
This Florida defense, again, has lived up to their reputation of being very stingy in the pass game, like Louisiana. Hasn't really been able to move the ball too efficiently, especially in the second half against it.
3rd down and 5. Pickler, only a 48% completion percentage. Firing over the middle, and that one is caught but tackled short of the line to gain, Matt. We highlighted it earlier on in the ball game. The pass defense for the Florida Storm among the top in the league. 5th in passing yards allowed. The rushing game is where they've been getting gashed the most, and they've done a decent job of it tonight. Again, the stats don't show it. 146 yards and 2 touchdowns for Reggie Streeter. Now, those are good numbers, but he could have double that amount in both of those categories right now if it wasn't for the way the defense has been playing. Optimus Klein gets leveled at the 15-yard line, so we'll see what Florida does on the other side of the break. They're going to want to control the clock here with a 2-score advantage. 5:51 to go in the ball game. Playoff implications on the line. You're watching the Simulation Football League at 11 Sports and For the Fans. We'll be right back.
Mike, 2 weeks ago, Ron Cochran had an amazing performance against the Jacksonville Kings. First look at it, he throws the dart to the tight end, Zukov, who we've seen a lot, or Sharkov, who we've seen a lot tonight. Then look at this beautiful post-corner pass to Stephen Bush. Look at this grab. Whoop! Got Moss. Touchdown. And finally on a key 3rd down, look at this beautiful rainbow pass to Como. whoa, over the head of the defender. And on the game, he had over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns, as we saw. And he hasn't exactly done that tonight, but he's been steady, and that's been good enough with the Doyle rushing attack to keep this lead.
80% completion percentage on the night for Ron Cochran as Doyle takes that handoff up the middle. Now 119 yards on the night. A very impressive outing for J.W. Doyle.
Now it's up to the Louisiana defense. They really need to stop Florida here.
Cochran back to throw. Firing down towards the left, and that one's hauled in. Veridin Sharkoff with another reception. Catch number 7 on the night.
There you go. There's some more time off the clock. Looked like Louisiana got a decent surge from the line initially, and then the Florida line said, no, you won't touch our quarterback. I don't think Cochran's been sacked tonight.
Cochran has gone down one time, but that is all. Cochran, quick pass over the middle, hits the tight end once again, gain of 8. Will bring up a 2nd down and 2, and with this 2-score advantage inside 5 minutes to go, these short passes, the short runs, they'll just keep on chipping away at the defense, maintaining this lead.
Yeah, I think a Doyle run's coming here, so Louisiana's just going to step up.
Louisiana showing blitz. They do send them, but Doyle's able to get through anyway and move those chains. Fresh set of downs up at their own 45-yard line.
Yeah, Louisiana had a lot of guys on the line, but there was kind of a hole right in the middle where Doyle ran, and that's a smart play. And again, now they're going to run clock. We're going to see a lot of Doyle runs, so be ready for Louisiana.
2 receivers split out to the right. Florida playing hard to win a home playoff game, as Doyle's only able to gain 1 there, now 126 yards on the night. For J.W. Doyle, this is only his 3rd outing this season, Matt, where he has hit over 100 yards, his 2nd highest performance so far. For the Florida Storm, if they win, they will host the Lone Star Glory in the wild card round. 10-point lead with almost 3 minutes to go. Letting as much time tick off the clock as possible. Doyle takes a handoff up the middle. Able to gain a few, and this will bring up a 3rd down as we tick inside 3 minutes to go.
I think they're going to run Doyle again, and this will be his biggest run of the game. If he delivers the 6 yards, that could be the end for the Revolution.
3rd down and 6. And Matt, we mentioned Louisiana Revolution's already locked up the number 2 seed, regardless of the outcome of this game. So maybe trying some different things in the playbook for this game to see, what might happen in a game that doesn't entirely matter for their playoff look. As Doyle takes that handoff and gains a few, it'll be a 4th down and 2 from the 47-yard line. Louisiana will get the ball back, but it will not be until the other side of the 2-minute warning.
Interesting to see what plays Louisiana's going to dial up, because I got a pass, and the Storm defense has been all over their receivers.
2 minutes to go in this one. Louisiana will get the ball back, but down by 2 scores. Can they pull it off? We'll find out on the other side of the break. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fans. Evan Arthur heading back to receive this punt from Marcus Agrippa. This will be punt number 6 for Agrippa tonight. 2 minutes to go, all 3 timeouts for the Revolution. Coming for the block. They can't quite get there. So this one's going to bounce down at the 5 and roll into the end zone for the touchback. First down and 10 from the 20-yard line for Johnny Pickler and company.
I guess the best thing you could say is they didn't let him return the ball. But, again, here we go. Louisiana, nobody in the block besides the standard O-line. Here comes Dominguez. Press man, can they move the ball down the field in a hurry?
Pickler, quick pass over the middle, hauled in by Robo. They'll hurry back to the line after a gain of 7.
Got to go deeper.
The clock continues to roll. Out route to the bottom. Can he get out of bounds? He will after a first down. Chase Earl with the catch. The clock will stop with 1:34 to go. But, Matt, already 26 seconds off the clock after just a couple of plays.
Yeah, I don't mind that out of bounds play. Yeah, that only runs about 7 seconds, but they need to dial up something deeper. If you're getting pressed, you got to streak a receiver, maybe your slot guy, see if he can get open down the field. You got to uncork one because you got nothing to lose.
Press down at the bottom. Pickler going that way.
Yes!
And he does indeed have the catch, hauled in by Mike Twinscrew. Twinscrew now with 4 catches on the night.
Me saying yes, just meaning that was a nice catch by Twinscrew.
Absolutely.
That's exactly what Louisiana needs. Need a lot more of it, though.
You mentioned the press coverage, and Twinscrew was lined up down at the bottom in press, and Pickler saw that and tried to take advantage of it as well. Empty backfield once again.
No press this time.
Pickler, short drop, tipped and almost picked off. Trying to hit Saren Storm. Storm bobbled the ball. 2nd down and 10. Coming up immediately after this game, well, at 9 p.m. Eastern time anyway, Arizona heads to Baltimore, take on the Vultures. And the playoffs soon to follow after that over the next few weeks, followed by our championship game in early November. Press coverage once again down there at the bottom. Pickler in the gun on 2nd down and 10. Pump fake, pressure coming, and down he goes. Raymond Jones III with the sack.
And that now you're at the mercy of the onside kick. You've blown one of your timeouts, so you have to recover an onside if you can get a field goal or a touchdown. You only need one of the two here. So if you get within Fennec's range, trot him out there. If it's at the 30, just trot him out, kick the field goal, and then pray for your onsides.
Absolutely. 3rd down and 18. First things first, they need to convert here. At minimum, get about half of this back. Pickler to throw. Firing, going for the first down, but that one is picked off, and it's going back the other way. Ryan Tobin with the interception. And with 1:13 to go and only 2 timeouts left for the Revolution, that one should do it. Florida should come away with the win.
Tron Pickler tried to throw in deep, but the safety was waiting, and Florida's dominated the pass defense the whole game. Like I said, half of Louisiana's points was that Streeter run at the end of the half. So otherwise, we could be looking at a 24-7 lead for Florida.
Johnny Pickler with only 15 picks on the season. That is one of the best in the league, but that one will put an end to the ball game for the Revolution as they burn their 2nd timeout. J.W. Doyle carrying that one up the middle, now with over 200 all-purpose yards. He's got 137 on the ground, 65 through the air. And Matt, I mentioned that J.W. Doyle's only had 2 games this season. Now this is his 3rd where he's hit over 100 yards. One of those other games that he hit the 100-yard mark was against the Lone Star Glory, who Florida is about set and ready to host here at the I in the wild card round. They'll come away with the win. and they will play host to the Lone Star Glory. That one was a great game, Matt. Florida did come away with the win, but it was 44-41, one of the higher scoring games this season. Doyle accounted for 102 yards on the ground and a rushing touchdown. He also added on 20 through the air in that ball game. So sure to be another great matchup this coming weekend as Florida hosts the Lone Star Glory in the playoffs. Also with this win, Atlanta, our reigning champions who were on the ropes and thought they might not even see the playoffs this season, they clinch. Florida's going to win this game, and because of that, Atlanta will indeed clinch a playoff spot in Season 15's SFL playoffs. One final punt for Marcus Agrippa. Louisiana not able to get the block. This one will bounce down at the 10 and right into the end zone for another touchback. You know, Agrippa's had several punts, Matt. He's had a few that have all been
on that one.
He's had a bunch of them that are down inside the 5, and then they either roll into the end zone or his special teams unit carries it in there for a touchback. But
okay, so
tonight by Agrippa,
Louisiana needs a one-play touchdown, onside kick, and then kick a field goal. 15-yard pass, kick a field goal, tie the game.
Well, we did see a 6-second touchdown out of out of Streeter earlier. Pickler fires. And that one's picked off again. So that will do it in this one, and Florida will indeed seal their victory as Ryan Davidson hauls in the pick. Came into the game with 8 interceptions, tied for 6th on the season. And with adding on that interception, moves up that leaderboard. One final kneel down is all it will take to move on in this one. Cochran back out onto the field for one final snap. And with that one final kneel down, the clock will tick away. The Florida Storm will come away with the victory 24-14 over the Louisiana Revolution. Matt, as we hear the final whistle, your final thoughts in this ball game?
Well, who'd have thought J.W. Doyle would have the game that he had, outgaining Reggie Streeter? I would not have seen that one coming. So good on them. They instituted a game plan they thought would work. It did, and didn't commit any major turnovers. I mean, I guess Louisiana had a few more rushing yards, but total yards still Florida.
Yeah, and to that point, Matt, those stats are slightly deceiving, it seems. Reggie Streeter, yes, indeed, does have the lead in rushing yards from scrimmage over J.W. Doyle, 146 to 137. But don't forget, J.W. Doyle also added on 65 yards through the air, so 200 all-purpose yard game for J.W. Doyle, one of his biggest games of the season, and he saved it right here for the end when it mattered most. In fact, talking all-purpose yards, it is J.W. Doyle's biggest game of the season. He has not hit 200 all-purpose yards yet, and with that win, it does secure them that home playoff berth here at the I in just a matter of days against the Lone Star Glory, who they defeated earlier on this season. Leading receivers in this one, Matt, the tight ends, that's near and dear to my heart. So that was fun to see. All's not lost for the Louisiana Revolution. They will indeed fall to 9-3, but they came in second place in the league, and they go out in second place in the league. Their playoff seeding not affected by the outcome of this ball game. They will skip wild card round and head straight into the quarterfinals to see if they can advance on further. The player of the game in this one, if it's anybody other than J.W. Doyle, I quit. There he is, J.W. Doyle, 30 rushing attempts, 139 yards, 2 touchdowns, 46 receiving yards. An excellent performance for J.W. Doyle. Coming up next, Arizona at Baltimore in 15 minutes' time. And then stay tuned this coming weekend as the wild card round gets started. This has been a presentation of the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports. And for the fans, for Matt Wilson, Art Vandelay, Jacob Clear, our commissioner and producer Cameron Irvine, and everyone here at the Simulation Football League, I am Mike Dagg saying thank you for joining us, and stay tuned for Arizona at Baltimore next here on 11 Sports and for the fans.